Well, 75 years in business, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you. I think I'll take this off.
Yes, you're fully vaccinated.
I'm fully vaccinated.
Everyone can see your hands and
Everybody
face.
see me, and I can feel better. How's that?
That's perfect. Well, congratulations, 75 years.
Thank you so much. You're part of it, and I want to thank you for being part of it.
I remember when Earnest celebrated its 70th year in business. I remember going to you and saying, congratulations. And you said, for what? And I said, it's been 70 years. And you said, so what? There's companies that have been in business over 100 years.
That's true.
As Earnest celebrates its 75th year in business, where do your thoughts go as you reflect on the past, but also on the future and what's ahead for Earnest?
Well, hopefully, we should be able to grow and get better and stronger and do a better job as we've always been doing, and have our people who really make this grow satisfied. Let's satisfy their desires, and I'm hopeful that when I'm gone, they're still going to want to go and do more and more and more, because we're a company that's for our people that enjoy being here, and they enjoy making money for themselves.
Absolutely. Taking care of themselves and their families, sending their kids to school, what you've always said.
Well, that's part of the whole job, because the joy of seeing this, when I can look around and talk to any one of my people here, and they really thank all of us for having an attitude that we're all for each other.
Absolutely. In one of the videos, you reflect when you and Ernie hired a delivery driver, and in the video you say, when we hired a delivery driver, now we were really big shots. Ernie could go sell, you could do the books. Were there any other moments over the last 75 years where you felt that way, where something happened or there was an event where you thought, we're big shots?
Well, I never thought we were big shots. I'm sorry. Because we're not big shots. The reason this place grows is because of our people. All of us together produce a company that's well worthwhile.
Sure.
And so this big shot business is ridiculous.
But there were moments in time, like you had shared the first office, when you moved out of your accountant's office and you finally had your own office.
Well, we had our own little place for our goods. It was a back of a little store. But, yes, it was a wonderful time, but that nobody ever dreamt that it would grow to this size.
Yeah, something. Well, we have 13 locations in 8 different states, and they've all sent in some questions. And so I'm just going to read the questions that they've sent in for you. Let's see here. The first one is from Raleigh, North Carolina, and they're asking, over 75 years, other than luck, what would you say is the greatest contributor to your success?
Well, the greatest contributor are the people that work here. They're the ones that make this. We can go along for the ride.
I love that. Raleigh is also asking, what would you consider to be the biggest game changer for business professionals in the last 75 years?
Well, I think the way we communicate today. I mean, just think of 75 years ago, a typewriter was a big deal. Today, you have so much different way of communicating, and we're constantly changing that. What was good 10 years ago isn't good today. As you all know, and all of us know, we have spent a fortune in the last 2 years just trying to maintain our ability to be ahead of the game.
Sure, stay current. This is from Boise, Idaho. And they're asking if you thought you would still be working today, and what contributed or why are you still working after all these years?
I need the money. I like to eat, you know.
It's important. Boise also has a great question. What mistake led to the best teaching moment in your career?
I don't know. I really don't know. There were so many. I mean, when you're living, you're always going to make a lot of mistakes. And you just have to learn how to overcome them and do better the next time. Their mistakes, in a way, are good for you because they're a basis for learning. And that's what I hope I can do. If I make a mistake, I want to learn from it. And I think I have.
I love when you say that because it makes it safe to make mistakes. I remember at one of your birthdays, I forget which birthday it was, but you said, "The older I get, the more I realize how much I don't know." And you were speaking about being on this journey of learning.
Well, we're constantly learning because everything changes. Every day it changes. Climate changes. So that we always have to anticipate something different is going to happen. And be ready for the fact that the way you live today isn't necessarily the way you're going to live tomorrow.
In Raleigh, North Carolina, they're asking, how are you able to put others' needs before your own?
Well, I didn't know I was doing that.
Yes, you do. You know that.
Well, I feel when you have people with you that are working hard, they're entitled. And you've got to help them achieve what they need. And there's a great satisfaction in that when you've been able to accomplish that. When you see that some of your people have been able to send their kids through college and all that because they're able to make money here to do those things. And I mean, it's wonderful. It's just a great feeling.
Love that. This next one ties into that. We had talked about from Raleigh as well. What does Earnest need to do to continue to grow?
Just get more wonderful people who want to be part of us. People that appreciate each other and work together. And when they do that, we accomplish everything we need to do. I think you're a person who can testify to that. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Over the last 75 years in business, what is one of your fondest memories over the last 75 years here?
The fact that I'm here.
Every day's a gift?
Every day is a gift.
I think of that every day here. This is from Fresno. Through the years, what is your greatest joy?
Being alive.
Let's see here. Now, Phoenix wants to know, if you had a chance to do one thing differently from the start of Earnest, what would you do and why would you do it, if any?
It's pretty difficult because there's always so many things that might have done or could have done or maybe did or shouldn't have done. You know, we all make mistakes, and I don't know what I'd want to do different because we've achieved such great standard that
Worked out pretty good so
it
far.
worked out pretty well even with our mistakes. So I can't answer that really properly.
Let's see here. Sacramento has a question. What are one or two accomplishments or stepping stones that you attribute to being in business for 75 years? Any events that come to mind that have helped the company last this long?
Well, the fact it's lasted is because we have the people that's growing it. And I don't know. Without them, we wouldn't be here.
Or are you saying that it's the people that you have with you that make a company?
Absolutely. Individually, we can't do it. This is a great team. And
Over
it's a
500?
pleasure to be part of it.
So here's a personal question for you from Los Angeles. What is your secret to a happy marriage?
Yes, dear. That's it.
That's it. There you have it. Yes, dear. Love it. Let's see here. Portland has one. Let's see here. I'm sure things looked different when the company was still new versus today. But what was the biggest challenge in terms of evolving with technology and switching over to using computers? Was the change made to stay competitive within the industry, or was there another reason?
Well, the only reason was that in order to stay in business and grow, you had to have it. There was no question. You can't just stay back and do communications the way it was done. I mean, tell me, right today, we've changed in the last 10 years.
The new
And you have no choice. So I don't quite see how I could answer that other than that.
Earnest has always been willing to invest in itself.
Yeah, we wanted to invest and be a leader in advancement. Because if you're a follower, by the time you get on board, it's already changed again.
Portland has a question. Earnest puts a lot of value on company culture. Is there a specific event or moment that you can remember that really influenced the idea behind this? Meaning, when did Earnest, and I remember asking you this question, when did you and Ernie decide to put so much attention toward culture and treat people well? When did you two decide that?
Well, listen, that goes from our childhood. My mother was the one that taught us to think of other people and what they need and how you could help. And so that's long before we were in business. We always were part of it. I can still remember my mother during the Great Depression saying, if somebody came to the door, even though you may not be able to go to the movies this week, but you've got to be able to help those people. So you give them your movie money.
So you just did what your mother taught you to do.
That was it.
It's wonderful. Here's the last question. How has your faith helped you weather the storms of life?
Well, I do have a good prayer at night. Pray for all our people. Pray that I'm able to continue my journey in this world.
So having good people, sounds like that's the core of the last 75 years.
It is. It is. It truly is.
So we'll do this again in 75 more years.
Well, maybe more, because you see what's happened is I've got a pacemaker, and I'm on my 4th pacemaker.
That's right.
And I was just told I only have 8 more years on this pacemaker before I have another pacemaker to be made. So I'll tell you in 8 years.
And by then, technology will be fine.
Yeah,
So
it'll be done. Maybe I'll get a pacemaker that lasts longer.
Well, congratulations on 75 years, Mr. Wilson.
And thank you, because you're one of the people that I do appreciate. And I know you and I kid each other, but I do thank you.